What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a Dialga sweep, level 1. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really felt the time was right to do this one. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Now, Dialga is a pretty interesting Pokemon because it can actually be level 1 among some other Pokemon as well. Now, I already know the comment section is going to be rife with discussion about this. If you do want to know how to get a level 1 legendary like those 3 on the screen, there's a video link in the description of the video. It's actually a really good watch. Check that out after this video for a little bit of nostalgia and extra information. Thank you to all the members as well. If you guys do want to become a member, if you haven't already, you can get some early uploads and emojis and things like that by hitting the join button underneath the video. Alright, this was a pretty interesting battle to say the least, and I really hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy the Pokemon sweeps, people, I'd love you to hit that like button and show some support. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let's get into the strategy. So obviously level 1 Dialga, right? It doesn't have the greatest abilities in the world. Pressure and telepathy, right? Nothing really amazing. Now, I didn't really want to give it another ability as well because I've already been down that road a lot of times. So I want to try something a little bit different. So as you've seen, I set up the Stealth Rocks there on the Dugtray and I used Final Gambit. Obviously, that only did 1 damage to the opponent. I didn't want to use Memento because I didn't really want the Garchomp to swap at this point in the game. I felt I had, a good enough strategy against it. So we got the Pineco lead here. I'm also running this as level 1 too. I'll also say why in a second. So I've got my Toxic Spikes up there. I want to set 2 of those layers up. So I'm going to run the Custap Berry on there with the Sturdy. Custap Berry actually allows me priority, allowing me to set another one up. Now, in case I was actually able to get a 3rd attack off, I was actually going to go for a level 1 Explosion and just get rid of my, get rid of myself out of the battle, prevent any setup or anything like that. So my 3rd Pokemon was the Durant. Here we're going to go for the Entrainment and give the Garchomp the Truant ability. Now, this isn't actually 100% needed. It just sort of like helped me along the way. Whether it worked or not was, neither here nor there. So I've got eject button. This is going to eject me straight out of the battle, so I'm not going to have that problem with Truant. And now we're going to go into the Smeargle. Now, Smeargle is obviously going to trap the opponent there with the block or mean look, whatever you want to use. Now, it wasn't necessary to actually get this strategy to work, but, it definitely helped there. So now we've got the Garchomp go for the Earthquake on my Smeargle there. I've got the Focus Sash on this one, and my moveset is sort of like running around Minimize. So we're going to pass a little bit of evasion to the Dialga, and that's pretty much it. Dialga is going to do the rest of the work, and yeah, it was a pretty cool strategy to run here. So we got some interesting moves on Dialga too. I went for its moves a lot. It was probably one of the toughest level 1 Pokemon to actually sort of like come up with a strategy for. It was sort of like none of its moves really suited like any like memes or strategies whatsoever. So getting some minimized up, that's going to give me a +2 in evasion like every single time there. I've got a protect on the Smeargle as well, so they're trapped in, they cannot swap at the moment, and obviously they're truanting on that turn that I can go for minimize and bat and pass. Alright people, enjoy the video. Dang, that was some salt right there. Okay, let's have a quick look at the teams. We've got the Smeargle, Durant, Pinecoat, and Dugtrio. Those Pokemon, as you've seen already, just did a couple of basic setups, and we had the little bit of evasion pass to the Dialga, and that was pretty much it. Dialga did all the work itself. So there's my builds there for the other 4 Pokemon if you want to check them out. They're pretty self-explanatory. Now, with the Dialga, I wanted to make sure I could get some sort of speed control right, so I didn't have like pranks or anything, so obviously I was never going to go first. So I thought the only way for me to go first would be Trick Room. Now, Trick Room actually helped me out a lot because I could go for Substitute first, and I could go for Mud Slap first, and things like that. So that was really, really handy there. Now, we have the Substitute. Obviously, Substitute was great there to block against any Z moves because I wasn't carrying like a Focus Sash or anything like that. I didn't have Sturdy, so I needed that. That worked really, really nicely with the Leftovers item as well. Leftovers actually heal me for 1 every single turn. Usually when you get all that evasion up to, you obviously you dodge like at least 2 to 3 attacks, and then you sort of like heals up your Substitute. Then you can keep doing and doing it. Now, you probably thought Roar was a little bit strange on this set. However, if I didn't get my Durant going with the Truant ability, or I did, and they didn't swap out right, the Toxic Spikes, Stealth Rocks, all that sort of stuff would never happen. So I have to actually, get rid of that first Pokemon by using Roar. And yeah, that was why I had Roar on that set too. Pressure was really good too. If they had like a 100% accuracy move and had like a low amount of PP, is quite good. And we had Mud Slap. Mud Slap was actually really handy because not only could I dodge getting taunted, I could actually add some accuracy drops to them as well. On top of that, the evasion that I already got. All right, people, that's pretty much it for this one. Peace